And we welcome you to the KFC Yum Center tonight, Tuesday night, ACC Network basketball presented by T. Rowe Price. And we're at the top of the ACC standings tonight, where Louisville and Wake Forest join Clemson, trailing league-leading Duke. And a look at the standings shows you just how important this is tonight, not for just the 21st ranked card. Scott Epton Reed with Roger Ayers on the whistle tonight with Bill Covington Jr. and Clarence Armstrong and the Deacons. And here's the Louisville transfer, the other guard in the game, if you will, and Tyler Johnson.
And Tyler Johnson with 8 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds against Duke last time out. It's really become the lead guard for the Demon Deacons. Even though he doesn't score big, he makes plays.
Salas underneath, had it raked out of there by Edwards, and here's the Ville with the turnover and a lead for Hadley.
Pat Kelsey likes to run. They haven't run as much because of the two guys being out, but that's what he likes to do if he can get it out.
And especially when he gets the basketball in the hands of Chucky Hepburn, who's the best in the league at assisting, finding his teammates.
Epton Reed, the jump hook in return for Louisville.
You want to talk about high praise.
Yeah.
Pat Kelsey said he's his favorite player that he's coached in 20-plus years.
There's Scott off the Hepburn lob for the dunk.
It's almost as though Chucky Hepburn was unlocked. You see him come up with the steal and getting his team out in transition.
Hadley to the basket, rebounded by Reed. Wake trying to create an advantage, going back the other way. Salas a pull-up three over his buddy is good.
You can imagine those two guys are winning on the second possession.
And both these teams, physical teams, they're going after each other. There's nothing easy out there tonight.
Hepburn on a back door, Scott in one!
Till game time.
Just a 45% free throw shooter, though, is Scott. So Scott has come off for Coach Kelsey after the under-16 timeout. And here's Hepburn. And that's working against Juke Harris. Inside, and Roos is going to draw the foul. Young man from Washington, averaging about 14 minutes a game for the Cards. Virginia.
2 up, 2 down.
Hard to
the
forget.
state of Virginia.
Yeah. Little Giant. Nova.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
And I've got to ask a question. Did you tell us earlier that my favorite?
Here is Harris. Freshman from Salisbury. That got partially blocked, I think. Here's Hepburn. A lead for Hadley. Skipping to the corner. Roos will lose. A three from the end. Tonight, Roos, 10-3 of these.
Right now, there aren't a tremendous amount of opportunity. So a very important game for the Demon Deacons on the road.
Hadley blocked by Salas. What a rejection.
But how about Hunter Salas? Not only the block, taking away the three, but Chucky Hepburn continues to have 2015 vision on the floor. Better than 2020 right now. Dropping down.
4 for Hadley. The lead is 6, and Salas from deep.
He's been there for him when they needed.
Abubakar Traore, Kadir into the lineup. Senior from the Ivory Coast and transfer from Long Beach State. He wears 25 in the far right corner for the Ville. Screen for Hepburn and a 3. 37.
In 3 of those 6 categories right there. These two guys leading the league.
Traore. How about the rejection of the drive there?
Well, Traore missed 10 games earlier this year with a fracture in his arm. But it couldn't have been the right arm, because I tell you what, that one looks extremely healthy as he denies that opportunity, sending it out of bounds.
And clearly no problem with the legs. 3, and Hunter Salas off to a terrific start in traffic and had it stripped out of there by Scott. Spillers cleans up. Fredrickson a 3. Boy, it's been a hard road for Fredrickson now. 12 of 63 from behind the line. And one of his last 9. Edwards skipped back for Hepburn. Chucky working against Reed here.
He's got the mismatch, got to get to the basket.
And he does, and dumps it back. Now Smith from
Smith
the front.
And he makes it. That is a great shooter. He knows. And Corey's statistics.
4.4 assists, coach, as a freshman. It's still a Virginia record.
4.4? No
Yes,
wonder.
sir.
I mean, that's because they only scored 40 a game.
There's a 3 out of the corner by Edwards into the front court. Backing down Fredrickson and lost it. Now here's Edwards a 3.
And making shots.
And what did Pat Kelsey tell us earlier today? I don't care what you do on the offensive end of the floor. As long as you play hard defensively, that's his main concern.
Johnson, a back rim miss. Tapped around. Here's Hadley and Neville on the run again. Traore through traffic. And a foul will be.
Really good basketball. See, I always like to come here. But it's a really good place to play. We got a great refereeing crew. You do on an off night.
This evening.
(26-11). There's a lob for Efton Reed, and backdoor cut Spillers and one.
Great recognition by Efton Reed. Don't seem to double team.
Defense the whole game. So you just got to try to stay in it now. Just get within 10, which you can easily do.
First points, by the way, for Spillers, who had just 9 in Saturday's loss to Duke. And here's a steal. Tyler Johnson will take it down and lost it on the way up. Edwards. And here's Kenai Roos back on the floor. Edwards thought about it with 8 to shoot, and Spillers now 5 to shoot, and Edwards is winding down. He'll just launch and hit.
Honestly, you didn't protect the shooter on that one.
Yeah, it's really
Edwards
a foul.
Could be shooting a free throw
in that situation.
Mark Armour, the Wake trainer, very quickly to Trayvon Spillers. Here's Efton Reed inside the catch.
Absolutely is. And WD, I watched the Demon Deacons early this year at Greensboro Coliseum get down big like this against Michigan to only come back and win that game. So don't count Steve Forbes and his group out of this one.
Edwards weaves through traffic. By the way, Trayvon Spillers went back toward the Wake locker room a moment ago with Mark Armour, their trainer. Here goes Cosby, baseline. Out front, Hildreth trying to weave back through and scores on the scoop.
He got through.
Him out injured.
Cosby missing front rim on a 3.
You don't really make shots when you go on the road. They cannot make shots. They stopped Wake 4 times, and they haven't made a shot to close it.
Scott
Played so many minutes.
Smith, a rare three-point miss here lately. Kept alive though on a deflection. And fired into the corner for Edwards. Through a double team and scores on a lead. 13 for Terrence Edwards. Lead is 17 now for the Cardinals. And that got deflected up in the air. And here's Scott, Hadley, and Edwards tried to needle it through traffic, did. And there is Smith.
He's not missing those. He gets rhythm shots. He's making.
20-point lead for Louisville. Reed scores.
WD, this place is.
Chucky Hepburn doesn't make many mistakes.
Yep. Inside Traore. How about that?
It's the exact play they work.
Lowest field goal percentage, 36% of the season. They've been stout defensively all year long. But when you look at what the Cards are doing right now, 51.6 from the field.
Reed went baseline hard, missed the dunk, draws the foul.
It's too many transition baskets.
And Reed had that bounce out. Don't forget you. Right here on ACC Network, streaming live on the ESPN app.
All those threes.
Here's Hildreth now with Hepburn. Feeds Salas down the lane. And the rebound pulled away by the freshman Roos.
Yeah, Hunter Salas earned that one.
So Bill Covington Jr. has just put a...
Take a look, maybe.
But even though they did miss it, you see the contact from behind.
Yeah.
As a fourth year, as a senior, especially in this situation, you have to understand there's no way you can put yourself in that standing. Emotions got the best of him. Now, if he's playing for you right there, what do you...
They're sixth, so no free throws. Hildreth working inside, trying to up and under against Hepburn, and
but is that
off the fourth shot.
Reminiscent of the way Pat Kelsey described Hildreth earlier today? Yeah. Stay down on all the pump fakes. Tremendous defense by Chucky Hepburn. standing his ground, not allowing Cam Hilder to bait him into a foul.
Guys playing elsewhere in the ACC.
Now he's a motivated, high-octane coach.
Hepburn at the horn. Sure! You betcha!
He's having a great year. Who's better in the league?
He's having a first-team all.
Stats. But when you start making buzzer beaters to end the half and give your team a 24-point lead, that absolutely puts you in first-team All-ACC territory.
45-21 it is at halftime. My goodness, what a Salas with the ball, and Efton Reed, that's the floor for Steve Forbes and Wake Forest. Original stars are out there for Louisville as well. Spillers went to work. Edwards rejected it. Spillers saves it. 8 to shoot for Salas. And a front rim miss on a 3. And a stick back for Trayvon Spiller.
He's for this evening. Maybe a little rust on that 3 after the offensive rebound.
Yep. It's tough to come back when you've been, you want to play so bad here.
3 by Edwards. Remember now, Scott is just a sophomore too, Corey. Here is Hadley. Little runner with one hand, and a tap follow won't go. Salas finally comes away with it. I'm really impressed with just James Scott all the way from rim to rim here.
You may never hear that. Buddy Boeheim was in the gym like that. He's got one in his house.
He didn't have.
Efton Reed's just been whistled for a technical foul by Bill Covington Jr.
Can't continue to give away points.
Yeah.
No, so Efton Reed, whatever he had imparting, awarding the ball to Bill Covington, earned him a technical foul and a point for the Bill. And here's Salas in traffic, knocking down the jump shot. 11 for Hunter Salas, who's got 10 games of 20 or more.
But look at Chucky Hepburn pushing the tempo on the other end.
Look at that. The young man from Tasmania in the second half, who only had 6 in the first 20 minutes.
In fact, Kelsey wondering, is this a flop? There's contact there, but you said it on TV, but you didn't say that when.
Yes, I did.
I know that you absolutely have said more than enough to Roger Ayers.
You need to wake up.
Smith out of the corner, and he's back to work. 29 is the difference with 15 and a half to play.
But it's all about the field goal shooting. It's all about the turnovers. The energy, the effort points. The Louisville Cardinals have won.
Reed. And here is Salas with 9 to shoot. Off the Reed screen, hard drive and a dunk on Anselm eBay.
That's some frustration, and that is the second technical foul. Hunter Salas is now ejected from the game.
Technical foul on Hunter Salas.
The emotion after the dunk, frustration coming out. And any celebration in the area of an opposing player is going to be taunting.
I don't agree with.
He had turned around and run back and done it. It wouldn't have been a technical foul.
I agree. Hepburn. Here's Hadley on the drive and can't score, but draws the foul on Reed.
They're going to call a lot of fouls for the two best players.
Cameron Hilden, Hunter Salas, your two ACC teams that has 2 players with 30-point games. The other one happens to be.
Inside, here's Hepburn, lowered the boom. Reed every bit the challenge and blocked it away. And the Deacons got to find somebody, if they want to even think about crawling back into it, who can hit shots. Cosby knocks down a 3. 1 minute against Carolina last week, Corey. 60-34. Hepburn against Johnson. Chucky into traffic. Will draw the Tyler foul. It'll be his second.
But they need to show that they can pick up some slack, make some play.
Work in the ESPN app, ACC PM with Mark Packer. Chronic rebound for Cosby, a step back, and a long 3 that's finally hauled in by Edwards.
But if you're Cosby, you got to take the right one.
Steal, and Johnson will measure for the dunk.
Well, at least he held on to it. These guys are not point guards. He is so valuable for this team.
Here's Cosby.
He would play 40 minutes if he were playing for you, right, Coach?
100%.
He'd never come off. I wondered if Boeheim was having a little bit of a flashback tonight, though, Corey, because Chucky Hepburn and Rain Smith out there handling the rock. But he had some combos with the orange. We could put all that together and then some.
Steve Forbes was in 4th grade when we won the national championship.
Abubakar Traore feeds Scott for the dunk.
Nice play.
He took the lead in the ACC assist from Nate George of Georgia Tech. And he doesn't look like he's going to give it back.
No, not the way that they're playing right now. And the confidence that his teammates are shooting the basketball with, knowing he's going to get them the ball.
Harris fouled down the lane by Roos.
Young player for Steve Forbes. Part of the future, Steve Forbes moving forward.
You see the average compared to his effort the other day against the ACC. There's Roos, a catch in the corner. And the shot too strong. Here is Johnson back the other way. Lob and a dunk on the back end from Juke Harris.
Too little.
And a reach-in foul on Tyler Johnson.
It out to see if we can get another 1 or 2 ACC teams.
And Panthers tonight at the Pete over on ESPN coming up about 9. 4 teams that get the double bye, and we talked about it. Here's Tyler's long 3. And Spillers will give Wake a second chance, and Fredrickson obliges with a triple. So, if I'm one of the 4 double byes, how secure am I in Charlotte?
Have a win against, well, they did beat Carolina. But if you don't have a win against Duke, I'm not sure you can be very comfortable at all. You're going to have to win a couple games in Charlotte to make yourself feel better, because those will be high quality.
Wow, what a scoop by Hepburn.
Well, the other thing with that is the overall net is going to hurt everybody in the league. The early start that everybody had, that is going to reflect at the end of the year.
Yeah, but I think Corey's point about 15 wins in the league is really what
in conference play. You got to think about, they beat Indiana. They went to the Ole Miss after the injuries, but with a higher net ranking, they can have more of a comfort level, but they're still going to need about 15 ACC wins.
Yeah. The year with SMU. And like this one tonight, Jim, that feels like that's going to be a big game for both schools.
They're one of the 2 or 3 teams that got that.
All coming in, winning their last 3 on the road in ACC play, and absolutely blitzed at the beginning of this game by the Louisville Cardinals, who have been firing on all cylinders all evening long. Been more pressing question about something missing today.
The replicas of Kelsey's. And Pat's not wearing his. Ali Khalifa on the Louisville bench are wearing the promotional glasses here tonight.
And we need our glasses to see, so we're not wearing.
When you say we, are you speaking French?
I'm talking about 2 of us older guys.
Fredrickson.
Don't make fun of us old.
And his team is up by 21. Fredrickson a catch and shoot 3. And Reed the rebound. Efton Reed, by the way, has got his first double-double of the year tonight for the Deacons. There goes Tyler Johnson, took the Hepburn foul, and Chucky's like, he kind of jumped in.
That one. He may actually get an opportunity to rest at the end of this game, which Deacons a little credit. At one point, it was close to 30. Now, a 19-point game.
Yeah.
So
and he's a really good defender.
Yeah. I think the thing I'm coming away with tonight is they're a lot better defensively than I thought.
Yeah. And I believe they've absolutely shown that.
And the final 45 seconds now. And here's Reed. Tyler Johnson, Cosby a 3. Got it. Davin Cosby knocks down his second 3 of the half.
If they make their layup the last time, it's an 11-point game. They almost got it to 10.
And with the largest lead being 29 for the Cards in this second half, to get it down to a 13-point game, it will absolutely look a lot closer than it was played here tonight.
Well, Louisville is going to add to the win streak, fellas. This is 10 straight and 11 of their last 12. And they're going to go to 9-1 in the ACC. And the Cards are going to be 16-5 overall, Coach.
Wake Forest got a lot to do to catch back up. The Cards are in a really good position right now. They're good. You can watch them play, and they're a tournament team. Wake's got to prove it yet, but I think Louisville's proven the way they played these last 10, 12 games.
72-59 the final. Sit tight. We're getting ready to send you to South Bend, Indiana for Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. But, Corey, I'm nothing but impressed with what Pat Kelsey's built this team over the year.
Absolutely. And the pace that they played with in the first half, the